Hello and welcome back to Suspended Animation. I'm your host, Dennis Bithoulkas, and it's time for another episode of Is It Worth My Time? And this time around, it's Masters of the Universe, the 2026 version of Masters of the Universe, not the 1988, I believe is what it was, Masters of the Universe. Anyway, let me take care of some business first before we get started here. If you like what you see here, like, share, and subscribe down below there someplace. Also, if you want to know when I'm going to be on live again next, go over to suspendedfanimation.com. Take a look at all the stuff I've got up there. I've been gone for a little while. I went through and just did a little cleanup of the website a little bit, put some new stuff in there. And yes, as Mark says, check the schedule on the website there. Um, I do have, a list underneath that schedule of upcoming stuff, like upcoming nerd stuff. I don't have everything in the world underneath there, but I've got a few things there. And for those of you who are joining for the first time, if you're just figuring out who the hell I am, do I have almost 2,000 videos on here? Well, actually, I think I have like 1,300. But anyway, um, yeah, basically, I've been doing this for a while. Basically, I just wanted to talk about shit. That's really what it comes down to. And yeah, no more knowledgeable or less knowledgeable than anyone else that's on YouTube. So there you go. That's what that's all about. So let's get to it, shall we? So Masters of the Universe, the new version here, 2026, it just came out. I know it came out in theaters last week. I did see it last week and just got around to reviewing it now. So this is the spoiler free version. I will have a spoiler version right after this. I will let you know when that's going to be happening. But the spoiler free version, it does follow. Oh, and I'm sorry, you're probably going to hear the helicopters coming overhead because, yes, I do have helicopters that fly by every now and then. Um, this follows the cartoon, the 80s cartoon, a bit. It's a bit more jokey than the 80s cartoon. So sorry, there's going to be some helicopters coming through, which is always fun. Um, yeah, I live near a hospital, so yeah, I've got some helicopters that fly by with life alerts every now and then, which isn't a good thing. Uh, it's good for them, but not for what I'm doing here. So memes have come out with He-Man Master Universe for the last decade or so, and that's where this has kind of skewed towards. That's what this movie is skewed towards. It's skewed more towards the jokey kind of meme stuff than anything else. And yeah, it's about a half hour too long. There's some stuff that can be excised, and I'll tell you about that in the spoiler version here. Um, but there's a lot of action. There's a lot of CGI action, shall I say. The director, the writers have all worked together in animation before. They're all animators. And of course, they're doing live action here. They've also worked in live action as well. So there is nobody to edit them, really, is what it came down to. I could see what was happening as I was watching this, is that there was a lot of broness going on in the room of going, dude, that's gonna be so funny. That's gonna be oh yeah, that's gonna be really fun. And that's kind of where the movie went with this. Um, yeah, it's not the best movie, it's not the worst movie either. Whereas the 80s Master Universe with Dolph Lundgren went into the dark, gritty kind of stuff, this went too far the opposite direction into the jokey, pastel color stuff. And yeah, save your money, wait till it comes out on Amazon Prime. So Amazon Prime is the one that actually put up the money for this. It should have gone to streaming, really, is what it should have done. I know that Henry Cavill is working on a live action Voltron, and supposedly that's going directly to streaming. I think they should have swapped this. This should have gone to streaming. Voltron should come out live action because I have more faith in Henry Cavill than I did in this movie. So, Mork says it's barely noticeable. Don't worry about the change. Okay. Yeah. So, was He-Man at least loyal to the source. Um, I'll get to that in the spoiler version here, Morks. So with that said, spoiler alert, I am gonna spoil the movie. If you haven't seen the movie, go and watch it or wait till it comes out on streaming or just hit pause or stop or whatever you need to do here. So I'm gonna give you a second here to do that. Yes, I brought the paddle back. I had to clean it up a little bit. It was getting some funk on my hand here. Ooh, there we go. That's where it's going to live there. So, spoiler versions aside here. So, the thing about this movie that happened, that is the wrong way of doing. I'm going to say wrong just because it kind of took people out of this, and I know they did it mainly for one meme. It really is why they did this. So they set part of it on Earth. At the beginning of this movie, Adam is a kid. Skeletor is taking over, and the sorcerer sends Adam to Earth, which we find out that Earth is actually where Adam's mom is from. It's kind of a throwaway thing. It's really kind of weird, but they're like, "Hey, send him to my home planet and Earth, and with the sword of power, so he can get back and whatnot." Um, and of course, he loses his grip on the sword of power, and he's stuck on Earth for 15 years until he can find the sword and get back again. Um, and it becomes kind of a jokey, you know, meme. So that's half an hour of just wasted exposition when really what they could have just done. And also the other thing too in this movie, they completely skip over the fact that Skeletor is Adam's uncle. They could have just led with that and just said, "Hey, Skeletor is the uncle. He got fucked up with some magic because he was, working with some dark magic. He wants to take over. That's how you do it." And as a kid, and uh, yeah, just go with it from there. And you don't need to have Earth in there or anything like that. You save yourself a half an hour, and you can tone down some of the jokey meme shit. Really, is what it comes down to. So Jude Law, or not Jude Law, excuse me, Jared Leto as Skeletor, funny, but at the same time, again, it fell too much into the jokey realm stuff. At one point where Skeletor does this evil laugh and then he's done and he goes, "That's supposed to be the crescendo. When I do that, that means I'm at the end," and he's just kind of explaining it to the bad guys that are around him. And it's just like, I literally cringed because I was like, yeah, it's not funny. Uh, this is something that should have been edited out of the script at some point in time. There was a lot of moments like that within the movie that made me cringe. I got it. They were going with memes. Um, they yeah, it really didn't need to be so meme heavy. Um, Near the end there where Adam is as He-Man, they're fighting in Castle Grayskull along with Skeletor, and Skeletor ends up in his mind, in Adam's mind. And they end up with another meme of Skeletor as HR Skeletor with the tie and the cup of coffee. That was the whole reason for the Earth thing, was so they could work that meme into the movie. That literally is what the only reason why you have Earth in this fucking movie is so that they could work that meme in. And good God, that's horrible. Yes, it's a funny meme. It doesn't need to be in the movie. It really doesn't. And then the whole thing with Adam being a kid when he leaves to Earth and making up names. So all the names that we know He-Man characters as Trapjaw, Fisto, all that kind of stuff is not their real names, supposedly. Supposedly those are Adam's child names for those characters. And that's supposed to be another funny thing, is really what it is. And yeah, it ends up getting old really, really fast. And there's a lot of stuff like that within this movie. And that is the reason why this movie isn't that good. Um, Mork says, "I don't trust movies with, Jared Leto in them anymore. I'm not expecting, yeah. So Skeletor was actually the best thing out of this movie, I'll say that right now, Morks. Jared Leto was supposedly so pissed about this movie, he refused to do the junket tours, which I found funny, considering there's a whole bunch of other movies that he should not have done the junket tours for that were a lot worse than this. Mork says, "What about Evil Lynn, Man at Arms, Trapjaw?" So all the side characters, Evil Lynn, good job. Alison Brie does a great job as Evil Lynn. Um, Idris Elba as Man at Arms. I know there's a lot of racists out there that are going, "Oh, well, Man at Arms shouldn't be black." Fuck you. Um, it doesn't make any difference, quite honestly. Uh, the fact that he's a drunk in this, that was the problem with me, for me on this one. It just didn't jive well. Trapjaw was Trapjaw. There's nothing you can really do with Trapjaw other than make him the bumbling idiot that he is. Same thing with Beastman. Um, Fisto, Ram Man, Mechaneck, all those guys, they get screen time, but you don't really get character development because you can't. You got too many characters at that point. Roboto, was the only thing that kind of got more character development than all of them because it's Kristen Wiig that was doing the voice for it, and that was funny and somewhat, but again, meme kind of it's part of the meme stuff. So, and it wasn't that funny in that respect. Um, I got here. Oh, CBM. Hey, how's it going? Him not doing it might have helped. Um, you know, quite honestly, there Jared Leto not doing this or doing this, um, really wasn't going to make a difference. Quite honestly, you can recast this character fairly easily. You just need somebody who's going to be in the muscle suit, and you can do somebody else's. You can have someone else do the voice. Quite honestly, um, yeah, you really don't need an actor to play Skeletor. You don't need a well-known actor to play Skeletor. Not like you did with, even the old Master Universe that had Frank Langella in it as Skeletor. I mean, good God, why? I know why he did it. He did it because his kids were fans of the cartoon, and that was the only reason why he did the movie. But yeah, you didn't need somebody who had a big stature at that point in time to do that movie. I have to say this much, the Dolph Lundgren cameo was funny, uh, just because he did the whole, Master Universe, how they say goodbye in that's how he kind of passes off the torch to the new guy. And honestly, I'm blanking on his name all of a sudden. I'm gonna look at my IMDb here. Nicholas, Galatine Galat Galitzine, there we go. Nicholas Galitzine. Nicholas was okay. Uh, yeah, he's gonna play a model, I guess a male model in his next movie. I think that's actually appropriate casting, quite honestly. And that's what this was too. I mean, He-Man is not anything spectacular, acting wise. And yeah, the whole banter between him and Tila was kind of forced for the most part, and they were trying to make it feel natural, and it wasn't. Oh, and by the way, there are three, count them, three end credits. There's one just after the credits roll. There's a mid credit scene, and then there's an end credit scene. And you do get Orko in there at one point. Um, yeah, it kind of hurts my head, quite honestly, when I'm sitting there. Um, A1 Eternal says, sorry, I'm having a problem taking a look at the chat here because it's so fucking says, bro, I'm 45 and I gotta say it was a great movie. It was a reboot. Yes, I understand it was a movie that was, but for people that had watched the cartoon, yeah, this for me, I'm older than you on this, and I'll say this much: it was too meme heavy for me. I know what the memes are, and honestly, I was rolling my eyes at quite a bit of it, just because I'm like, dude, really pull it back a bit. Just pull it back a bit. The comedy, great. You can do the comedy. You just don't need to really go into the cheesy meme stuff. And that's kind of what hurt it. What hurt it. Right now, it's actually crashing and burning, I believe, in the second week that it's out here. So, yeah, it's not doing too well. But yeah, if you loved it, that's great. I'm not going to say you're right or wrong on any of this. I'm not right or wrong either on any of this. I'm just giving you my opinion, like everyone else does on the internet here. So, with that said, is it worth your time? No, not really. Wait till it comes out on streaming, and it's not worth your time in the theater, is what I should say. It's not worth your time in the theater. Just wait till it comes out on streaming. It'll be out on Amazon fairly soon. I'm guessing probably by the end of August here, and you'll be able to watch it then. So, yeah. With that said, what else do I have going on for the rest of this week? I do have some stuff set up here. Um, Tomorrow, I'm actually going to be covering Disclosure Day, the new Steven Spielberg movie. I'll be covering Disclosure Day. And then on Wednesday, what am I doing on Wednesday? Spider Noir. There we go. The Amazon Prime series Spider Noir. I'll be covering that as well. So kind of working myself back into things here and there. That's where I'm at here. So again, like I said, if you like what you see here, like, share, and subscribe. If you're still on the fence about, what you're seeing here or my channel in general, take a look at the videos pop up at the very end here. There's 2 videos that'll pop up at the end here. What YouTube does takes the algorithms of all the stuff you've been watching and tries to match it as best as possible to one of the videos, my vast video library, and pops it up there, I believe, just for you. And other than that, if you want to know when I'm going to be on live again next, go over to suspendedfanimation.com. Take a look at the schedule I have up there. And like I said, underneath that schedule, I have a list of all the future stuff that's coming out here. Not everything, but there's a lot of stuff coming out. A lot of stuff that's coming out in the next, couple of months here. Actually, in the next year, quite honestly. Yeah, I just got an email from Netflix Tudum, which I believe is one of their advertising arms, and I'm going to get to see Avatar: The Last Airbender, the live action one, season 2, the first episode about 48 hours before it actually airs. So I'm jazzed about seeing that. So I'm not going to spoil it for people. I'll tell you that right now. I'm not one of those people that does that. That's why I have the spoiler alert sign right there if I am going to be doing that. So thanks, Morks. Do the end credits point to a possible sequel? So thank you for pointing me back that way, Morks. The end credits do introduce Shira. Yeah, because they do mention that he has a twin sister, he has a twin sister, and that she was put away on a different planet. And so the end credits mention that and then show She-Ra, because Amazon Prime is going to be doing a live action She-Ra series, is what they're doing. And that was supposed to be I guess, the soft opening for that by, putting her in the mid credit scene, which was just kind of weird, but all right, sure, whatever. I guess if that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do. I'm not Amazon. I don't have that kind of money. So yeah. With that said, I'm going to let you guys go. Thank you, everyone who joined me tonight and, commented in the chat there. And thank you for watching the video out there. If you like what you see here, like I said, like, share, and subscribe. Comment down below in the comment section. Keep it nice, really, because I'm just as snarky as you are, and probably sometimes worse. Otherwise, I will see you again tomorrow for Disclosure Day. Thank you, everyone. Have a good rest of your night. Don't let the door hit your ass on the way out. Otherwise, you may get spirited to a different world. And because your roommate used to be He-Man and he just wants to prove to you that Eternia was real for no fucking good reason whatsoever, other than to prove that he was right. And honestly, it's just kind of stupid. But thanks, everyone. I will see you again tomorrow. Have a good rest of your night. Stay safe, take care, be well, and yeah, have a good time out there. Thanks, everyone. Good night.